This
I
conference
go
will now
washroom.
be
Yeah, come
recorded.
back. Okay. Yes, Soya. Yes, yeah.
Yes. So, are you clear with yesterday's concepts, Mike?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So, yesterday we are discussing about the string, right? So, we have seen string immutability. So, what is the reason your string is immutable? Like the security reasons, and for example, one object, there will be a lot of references you have, and for the performance wise, because the reason it is mutable and you have string constant pool area. And what we have seen how you create a mutable class. I have not started still. And we have seen what is the difference between your equals and double equals method. So generally, you will have an equals method. So sorry, you will have an equals. So this is nothing but whatever the equals that you see, this is nothing but an operator, right? So for example, when you see int a equals to 5, what is this? So you are assigning a value 5 to an a variable. You can able to see my screen, right,
Yes.
Mike? Okay.
Yes.
So whenever this is nothing but your operator, right? So similarly, you have a double equals to. So if I say int b equals to some 5, so what I'm doing, if a double equals to b, so what is this? This double equals to an operator which is used for a comparison, right? So here single equal is like you are assigning it. Whenever you see double equals, you are just comparing that values, right? So this is nothing but your operator. So, and it is going to compare the values. Or I can say when it comes to an object level, it is going to compare the hash code, or I can say the memory location, right? Where your object runs. So whenever you create an object, for an object, you will have a memory, right? So your double equals is going to generally compare that memory location. Similarly, you have an equals. So this is also same. It is going is also this is the thing which is present in your object class. So as I told you, object class is a parent of all the classes in Java. Whatever the class you take, your object class is a parent. So generally, whatever the code that was there in object equals method that is present in object class is similar to this double equals one, right? It is going to compare the memory location, right? But what they have done in a string class, this is also predefined class. So what so for this, obviously for a string class you have a parent, your object is a parent, because for every class object is a parent. So obviously your for a string class also you have an object is also a parent. I think you are getting it right. So you have an object class.
Oh, yeah, yes. So object class is also a predefined one, right?
Yes,
Predefined.
it's a predefined one.
Predefined is a parent of all other class in all predefined class in Java, right? Object is the parent
Yes,
of all predefined class in
yes,
Java. Okay.
yes. Give me a minute, Mike.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sorry for delay. Can you hear me, right?
Yeah.
So you have this object class, which is a parent of every classes. So in this object class, you have a method called equals method, right? So what the code they have written in this equals method is nothing but it is going to compare the memory of an object. Like, so for example, if there are two reference variables which are pointing to the same object, so then it is going to return true. If they are having a different if there are two reference variables which is pointing to two different memory locations, it will return a false. I think you got this. So
Compare the memory. Okay. Equals compare the memory. Yeah. Okay.
So it is like
But I think, sorry, Suya, but I think we yesterday we talked. I think equals is to compare the content only, right?
that's what I'm telling you. So
Okay.
you get clarity once I get this.
Okay.
So
Okay. Sure.
but I have not done that very deep, clear explanation. So maybe you are taking. So whatever you told is right, but I'll give that little clarity. So what is this comparison? So for example, if you created an A object and a B object, so this is my A object. I created an A object like this. What happens? This A should have, this A object should be in one some memory location, right? So
Yes,
this is
one memory. Yes. Okay.
A reference variable, right? Similarly, you have a B object. So this is the way I'm creating a B object. I think you got that, but I'm trying to make it more clear. So here B equals to 103, right? So A is a variable which is a reference variable which is holding your A object, and B is a variable which is holding your B object, right? A, now A double equals to B. So what is the return type it will return?
True. Sorry. No.
It will
False.
be false, right? So because they are having different variables which are pointing to different memory locations of an address. Whenever your B is also pointing to the same address 102, because in a string what we do, right? We create one object and that object will be pointed by multiple reference variables. You got me, right?
Yeah, yes.
So
Yeah, for string. That's
memory,
for string.
one memory location will even can be general objects also, you can do it.
Yeah, even, yes.
Yes. So for one memory location, there are multiple reference variables which is pointing to the same memory location. In that case, your double equals return true. So even that is there, the same logic is present for your in equals also. Equals method that is present in your object class will have the same logic as like double equals to. But what they have done, so string is a predefined class, right? So in this predefined class, what they have done, they have overridden this equals method. They have overridden I think you know what is the overriding, right? Writing the same name and with a different signature, right? So they have override that equals method that is present in the object class. So why I'm calling it as overriding? Because you are the child and parent, you do overriding, right? By default, if it is not required you to write extends object, by default it extends object. And what they have done, they have written a code to compare the content. So we'll see how to write the code to compare the content. For example, whenever in a user defined class also, how you will write a code to compare the content between two objects. So they have written a code to compare the content in an object. Not the memory. You got this?
Oh, wait a second.
So generally equals method.
Generally equals generally equals is the same as the double equal.
Yes.
So generally, in generally, they are exactly the same. But
yes.
In string, because the Java guys overridden the function, so they changed it to only compare the content. So it's like
yes.
Exception.
Yes, exactly.
So now I got okay. So that means in the object predefined class in Java, so the equals method has the exact same function as double equal.
Yeah, exactly. So in that.
Now I got. I think I understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's like special case when we use the in string class.
Yes, exactly. So that's the reason when you are trying to compare two strings with equals method, it is not comparing the memory location. What it is doing, it is comparing the content which is present in a string. So why it is happening? Because they have overridden the method. So if they have not overridden the method, so for example, when you call a method, which method gets called? It is going to call the parent method. So in that case, so this is a Java concept, right? So for example, you have M1 method in parent as well as M1 method in child. And when you are trying to call M1 method with with the child object reference, so which method it will call? Obviously, it will call with the child method, right? So that is the reason when I call that string value, so some string s equals to hello, and when I say s dot equals method, when I'm trying to call this equals method, so equals, it will have a parameter actually. So parameter of an object which is going to compare it. So I've not written a proper. So when I say equals dot the value, I'm passing some Raj or something, right? Or you can take.
Okay, now you want to compare it, right?
Yes. So what I'm doing, I'm comparing the hello with Raj.
Yeah, okay. It's
So it
not
returns.
the same.
it returns false, the content.
False, yes.
Yes. So it is what I'm telling is nothing but it is going to call the equals method in string. It will not call equals method in object. Why? Because we have overridden it. You got my point, right? So s dot equals to s1. So what is your s? Hello with your comparing with hello, like this. Same. So it is going to call equals method that is present in a string, not in your object class. Hope you are clear, right?
Yes, I'm clear. In this case, they are both true.
Because it will not be creating.
Yeah, the content is also because in the second one content is same, so it should be true.
Yes. So yesterday we have seen it. So what you told is right, but why it was happening? Because they have overridden it. If they have not overridden it, so for example, if I take a user defined class and if I'm trying to call the equals method, what happens? It is going to compare the memory location only. So if I want that functionality to compare the content, I need to even override the equals method and hash code method to write this logic. We'll see what is that hash code method also. Right?
But the override here, like it did behind the thing. It's not you write the override,
Yes.
right? They did. You don't need to put in the code like it's
yes.
in the Java inside the internal thing, right?
Yes. So internally, string is also predefined thing. So string, we have not.
I mean,
right?
the Java, yes. So the Java creators, they did all the job already behind the thing.
Yes.
That is what I understand.
Yes, exactly, Mike. So I am trying to open attach source. So I'll just see, for example, from this, it's opening a dot class file, right? So we can open the exactly Java file actually.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. I just I just want to make sure the logic like from my point is like from my side is correct.
Yes, exactly, Mike. Whatever you.
Mm.
So string is also predefined class, right? In that predefined class, they have written all the logic. So we can see actually, we can go to the string class and we can see. So from this, when you do an implementation itself, you can just directly go to that class. So what happens? It is opening dot class file, right? Instead of opening a dot class file, you can open directly a string Java file. So for that, I need to do some jars or something I need to do. So I'll check and let you know, right? But you can directly open that. So, and we have seen yesterday, if I'm trying to write new string, then what happens?
When it's new, they should be, the first one will be false for sure, and the second one will be true also still.
Okay. For sure, first one will be false.
Yeah, should be false true.
Why? Because whenever you do like this, how many objects will be created? There are two objects. One is in string constant area. One, you understood why it is false, right? One is in heap area. So thus S points to heap area, not in string constant pool area. So the object which is present in heap area is different from the object that is present in your pool area. So there are two different.
So the memory address is list S1 are different. So they are not exactly equal. That's why.
Yes, exactly. And what we have seen yesterday, your strings are immutable. So what is the meaning of immutability? If I'm trying to add something to a string object, it will never change it. So for example, I have string s equals to hello, and for s dot I'm adding concat. So concat is a method which is going to add some content to a string. So what is a string I'm adding? Some hello world, right? So when I say hello world, what happens? And I'm printing this S. So can you tell me what is my output here? In this case, hello or hello world or something else?
Give me 1 second, please.
Mm.
Okay.
You just take your time and try to.
Can I see the code, please? Because I couldn't see.
Okay, I'm just sending you again.
Okay, thank you.
I started recording, right? So have you received a
Yeah.
recording?
You started at yes. For like from last session is good. Yeah, we
Okay.
just missed one. I think for the last week, but it's fine.
Okay.
I think because of the exactly as you said, because of the expiration. I
Yes,
think
yes.
for that link. Yeah, it's fine. It's not. It's minor. It's not like big deal.
Even I have not taken that a longer session. So even
Yeah.
I,
So
also
we
whatever
have
the that,
like 95%. We have all the recordings. So I think that's enough.
yes.
So okay, so here you want to system out S. So as hello world. So so if you print out, so now you want to print out S. So S was hello, and then you put a word. Because the immutability as contact word. So a new one should be created. It should be hello world anyway, I think.
Try to hit one more time, Mike. So for example, when I say S string S equals to hello, what happens? There will be a hello object that will be created in your
Yeah, I
string.
think. When you print out S, the result in this code should be hello world without
Okay.
space.
Yes.
That's my answer.
Okay. Yes. So just I'm explaining that flow. Then tell me then. So for example, string S equals to hello. What happens? There is a hello object that is going to create in your string constant pool area, right? And you have a reference variable S. So what this S is going to do? It is going to point to that reference variable. I'm right?
Yes.
Right? So what you're
Yes.
and you are trying S dot concat world. So what happens? You are trying to add world to this hello. So whether it is going to add world here? No, right? So it
No,
is a
it will have an yes. It will create a new object in the string constant pool with hello world.
world. So it is going to create a new object hello world, right?
Yes.
And what you are trying to print here, you are trying to print system.out.println your S reference variable, right? So what is this S reference variable? It is still pointing hello. It is not pointing to your hello world. Hello world object got created, but you are not pointing it, right? So what it prints? It prints only that hello. So here I am not, if you see the code, I have not done any assignment. So I have string S equals to hello and I have S dot concat world. So what happens? There is a hello world object gets created here. Right, that is right. The hello world object gets created here. But whatever the reference variable is there, it is pointing to hello itself. It is not pointing to the hello world. So when I print this S, what should it print? It will print hello. That's it. So here it is going to print only hello. It is not going to print hello world. Is it clear?
Okay.
Is it clear, Mike? Why it is printing hello?
Okay. Yes.
So S dot concat world. What I'm concatenating with world. What hello world gets created. but what you're not giving any references, right? So you're not changing the reference. It's still pointing to hello only. So now what should be your output? Still hello only. It will not be hello world. Got it? Why? Because I'm not pointing it. So if you want, so in this case, what should my output? If I say s equals to, so in this case, what is my output?
Hello world.
Exactly, because it is pointing. I close this. I think you want this, right? I feel I don't want this to. It is. So here, if I'm trying to assign s equals to s1 s dot concat, then what happens here? Instead of pointing this s to hello, what happens? It will remove its thing from this and it is going to point over here. So here it is going to unreference from hello. Hello object also exists, but what happens? It is nothing but unreferenced variable. So this is eligible for garbage collection. So
reference variable will point to the new object.
Yes, exactly.
Reference variable, right? Reference variable.
Yes. Object reference variable or reference variable, you say it. So if you see in this scenario, there are two objects were created, but for what you're pointing matters, right? So now you changed your before what happens? Before assume it this address, this object location is some 10. Assume it is something like 101. This address location is 102. So before case it has pointed to 101. Now it is pointing to 102. That's it. So but still there is two objects existed. What happens? This is the object where no one is using. There is no reference variable. This object is getting pointed, right? So this objects will be eligible for garbage collection. So what is the meaning of this garbage collection is, so for example, when you are trying to do an application, there are a lot of objects that you create, and if you are trying to unreference, and if there is any if the objects are not getting used, because it means there is no reference variable that is pointing to that object, you have a garbage collection. That is a concept which is going to remove that unreferenced objects. So it is depends on the garbage collector when it will remove. So that is also a separate topic. So now, but the point of here, it is going to print your hello world. You understood, right? So when it is why it's printing hello, and so you even understood what is that immutability, because it is not changing that content of it. The same thing goes if you write with the string with new keyword. So it will be also the same. With the newer, it is going to create a string constant pool area, the same thing. So you have similarly how you have a string, you have string buffer and string builders. So there are a lot of methods that you have in strings. So string comparisons. Mike,
Yes.
I told you, right? So this week we will be trying mostly try to end by this Sunday. So we'll have class tomorrow and day after tomorrow, right? Even
Yes.
not any.
Okay.
So by this Sunday, mostly I'll try to. I have to teach you IO streams, so I'll be telling you. I'll start. Mostly I'll start by today, if possible, or tomorrow and after tomorrow. I'll wind up that. So officially, I'll be rolling off your classes from Sunday, Mike.
Yes. Yes.
So I request you to go through the things or the syllabus or something, and if you want something to be covered or some time you want me like which is helpful for your performance or something, please let me know, right? So we can
Sure.
have it on.
Just one thing. I saw for you remember for the what's that the derby thing? I may need your help, like yeah, for that. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
not now, but not now. Like so we finish the class, and after that, I like probably will need your help for that part. But I will first do at my end what I can do, and then I think I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, not a problem, Mike. So I would like officially, I'm just winding the classes, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
as I told you before, right? You can connect me for whatever issue, right? So whatever the things that I know, for sure, I'm ready to help you, right? So if you
Sure.
want
Sure.
some
Sure.
other on some Saturday or Sunday, you want some topics, right? You didn't got. I'm not telling you you need to revise everything. I'll not connect you from again, not from Sunday, but officially we are just winding it up on Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
whenever you require it, please let me know. We'll create some IDs and we'll connect it. And
Okay.
even I
Okay.
inform this Kumar as well as Anita.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Right. Okay. String comparisons. You see what is it? This double equals, dot equals, whatever we have seen it. Equals method and what is this by equals method, and you have a compare to also. We'll see this you have seen in this thing in collections. Okay, fine. You know what's the difference between equals and ignores case? It is going to compare with the what your case sensitivity also. It is ignore your case sensitivity. When you say equals, it will not ignore your case sensitivity. So you say you have a name searching and searching and s1 dot s2 equals to true. The content is same, and it is going to return false because the content is false. So is all whatever we discussed. There is nothing new in it. So string concatenation, substrings. So and there are different methods in your string. We'll see that. So for example, you have string length. So that is a method which is used to find the length of your string. So you have a substring method. So what is the substring method? Is for example, whenever you want to add something to an existing string. So for example, you have an hello, right? So I just want to add at the zero index. So s dot substring. So what happens? You are passing. So your zero index, and this is nothing but your index. So it has overloaded constructor start index as well as it has start index and return index. The method returns the new string object containing the substring of the given specified index, right? So whatever the index that is specified is going to return. So for example, I have a string something of huge length. write welcome or something. I just want in only come or some in the middle, some name I want. So that whatever the index that I specified, from that index it is going to return it. It's like a substring. The name is indicating the half of the string, right? So if I say hello is the one, so as you know how an array starts with 0, similarly here how it is going to start with 0 index. So if you see, this is h is my 0 index, 1 is e index, and l 2, this is 3 index, and 4. So how many you have? 5 indexes. So what I want the output only s dot substring 0 to 2. So what happens, from how it will come? 0, 1, 2. So your output should be start index. So sorry, h is nothing but your uh, 0 index, and what is that second index is nothing but your 2. So from 6th index it is going to print that input. So substring from 0 to 6. So it is going to print from 0 to 6 like this. So you have a string buffer and a string builder. So what is the difference between your string buffer and string builder? Is mainly your string buffer is mutable. So what is the meaning of mutable? Like you can able to change the content of a string. Right? So why you need, so there will be a case you need some strings to be mutable. For example, I have a file of having, so for example, I'm trying to read data from one of the file, right? And I have like a data of something around 100 lines or something, some data, right? I'm trying to reach each and every line, right? So whenever you're trying to read each and every sentence from a file, you don't want to create new object, right? So it is some, so what you want to append to the same string, right? You may have that requirement. So in that case, you can use string buffer. So when you use string buffer, it is a mutable. It means I can change the content of the string. So when you have such requirement, you need to use string buffers. When you don't want to change the content of the string, you go for string immutable, string. So which is immutable. It's less memory, and you can concat the strings, and string buffer does not override equals method of an object class. So your string overrides the equals method, and your string buffer will not override the equals method. These are the few difference between your string buffer, string and string buffer. So like a few examples how you just concat it with a string buffer. So I'm not going much.
This site is very good, I think.
Yes. So you can able.
Yeah, it's there is a lot of like even images to explain very well.
Yes, yes, exactly. So whatever the images that I prepared in a slide, mostly from this site or some Java tutorial, I just prepared it. Right. So you have a string builder also. So string builder and string buffer both are immutable. So what is the meaning of mutable? You can able to change the content of that. So these are also the predefined classes. So, but what is the difference between your string buffer and string builder is, you can see your string buffer is a thread safe or it is synchronized. I think it's not required me to explain you what is synchronized and what is thread safe. Is it right, Mike?
Yeah, I understand. Yes. I remember that.
Yes, your string builder is not thread safe. That's it. The only difference.
String builder is non-sync. Okay.
Not synchronized and it is not thread safe. So, but both are what happens? They both are mutable. It means I can change. I can able to change the content of both objects. You got me right? So if you see here, if I say string s dot hello, what happens? If I print, it is printing only hello, right? So it is immutable, right? So the same thing if I do with string builder, what happens? It will print hello world. It can able to change the content. String buffer or So, but the difference between them is your string buffer is thread safe and your string builder is not thread safe. So whenever it is not thread safe, obviously your performance or efficient, it will be little more efficient. Here the performance is little lesser when it is thread safe.
So string builder is faster.
Yes.
String builder, that means string builder can be used in multi-threading.
Yes. String buffer or string builder. So both are what I told you. Both are so if you don't have some kind of method, so mutable. I can change the content. Yes. So you have a method called append. So here in string you have what is the method that you have concat. So here you have a method called append. Both it is going to add something to the string. So if I string print world, what happens? It is going to print me hello world. If I see I have not referenced it, right? So it is down.
So that means it will not create another project.
Yes, other object. It is not going to create another object. It is going to add it in the same object itself.
Yeah, yes,
Right?
I got I got the point.
Yes, it is not creating in your string constant pool area. It will be creating in your heap area. Right? The
It
object
will
will be
go
created.
to the heap. You mean string
Yes.
buffer?
Yes, exactly.
Why it will not? Because I think all the string things should go to the string constant pool, right?
No. String constant name is indicating it, right? So whenever you string constant, only the constant objects will be created. So it means you cannot able to change the content there.
Not able to change the content or content. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. That means in string buffer or string builder, it will be created in heap.
Yes.
Not in this area. Okay. Only when okay. That means when immutable is applied, it will go to the string constant pool, right? I think.
So here also the content I can change. It will not create a new object.
And it will go to the heap.
Yes.
Why there is an error?
I'm just checking it. Okay. So we have seen with the string buffer, right? So this is your string. So this is also mutable. It is going to print the same hello world, right? And so if I create an object of string, have same reference variable. It is printing false because your string builder is not having equals method. This one dot. So unlike argument equals, it's not related to this. So cannot apply double equals to string builder. Same for buffer, I think so. Okay, we'll see this. Cannot able to compare that. I'll tell you why. But you're clear with the concept, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I'll check that what. So you have different methods. So for example, caret, index at. So it is not required. So if you want, if you have time, please go to that. All the methods.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll come back to that. I'll just check it with comparisons. Fine. So we have an IO streams. So I hopefully you're have like clarity on the strings, right? There are much more, like you can go to this Java tutorial or you can go to some other things and you can just refer the things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your IO streams. So what is the meaning of this Java IO streams is whenever you want to read the data from the files and you want to write into some other files, right? So you will have a scenario, right? For example, you have some data in some text file and you want to read that text file and you want to modify that data and you want to write into some other file or you want to write in the same content. So you have that requirements when you do an application. So IO streams is mainly meant for to read the data from the files and to write the data into the file. So there are different kinds of classes that your Java has been provided to read and write the data, and how you read the data and how you write the data, and what are the classes that you have provided, and what are the byte streams and what kind of data that you want to read. So when you want to read any data, what specific class that you use, and these are the things that you are all will be there in this IO streams. And it is not so for example, when we declare when we discuss something like file input stream or output stream, one stream that we discussed, the other streams will be easy for you. So mostly I'll not be covering all the streams. I'll be covering you file input and output streams and some of the things. So other things you can able to go through and let me know if you have any queries. So generally you have IO stream as well as it's like input stream as well as an output stream. So the name is indicating it, the input stream. So whenever you want to read something from the any file, or you want to read it from an image or something, whatever the thing that you want to read it, you will be using an input stream. So is it the name, is it you when you are trying to read that content, you use input stream, right? So and you modify that content, and whenever you want to write that content to some other file, or when you want to make it as an output, what you do, you use output stream, right? So there are different input streams and there are different output streams. So file input stream, file output stream, or byte array input stream. So whatever the data input stream, whatever the class that you see. So for example, if I see file input stream is nothing but it is going to read the data. File output stream, it is going to write the data. Byte, if I say byte array input stream, it is for reading, and output stream, if I say output, it is for writing, right? So you have what is this object, and why all this will be I'll not discuss in detail, but I can tell you in overview of it. But you understood what is this input stream and what is that output stream. right?
Mm.
So stream is something in Java can be acquired so is composed of a sequence of data is composed of bytes. It is called stream because it is like a stream of water that you can use to flow. Uh, you can see there are three streams can be created. So system.out. So there is nothing but output stream. So system.in. So this is nothing but whenever you want to read the data, you use system.in. So what is this out is nothing but a reference variable that is present in your system class, and system.in is a reference variable that is present in your system class. So you see system.out.println, right? So whenever you want to write something, which means, for example, when you want to print something in a console, what you use system.out.println. So what is this? This out is a reference variable that is present in your system class, which will return you the print writer object, which has println method, right? And you have an error stream also. So you have system.error.out. We have not used. So for an error message, you use this input streams and output stream. You got it right. So
Mm.
input, so it means the data can be read from a file, or I can read it from a console, or I can read it from a socket. So whatever the thing, you can read it. So whenever you are reading the data and it is going to transfer in the form of bytecode, like input stream. So when whatever the data as the computer, it is going to always in a bytecode, right? So it will always ones and zeros, right? So for example, when you write a Java code also or a
Mm.
C code, the system will understand only ones and zeros, right? So how that conversion internally, your so when you write this Java application, so when you compile it internally, your JVM is converting into a bytecode and you are able to understand it, right? So similarly, when you want to read any data from a file, what it has to, it will read in the form of this ones and zeros, right? So what happens, it will feed into a Java application. Again, your JVM will convert that bytecode and format into the understandable language, right? The same thing follows for an output stream also. Whenever you want to write data into an output stream, it is just, first of all, it is going to write, it will be in the form of ones and zeros, and at a destination, again, it will be converted into this, whatever the content that you want. So the output stream is to write the data to an output file, and you see there are output stream is a parent class where you have a lot of classes for that output: file input stream, file output stream, filter output stream, and pipeline output object output stream. And this filter output stream has a buffer print streamer. So what is this meaning of this buffer thing? Is nothing but it is going to improve the efficiency. For more efficiency, you have this buffer thing. So there are the different methods that are present in our output stream. So to write, this is nothing but when you want to write at a single line, right? To the current stream, and like a byte of arrays. So you use this write dot write method. You have a close method. For example, when you are trying to read the data or write the data, there will be a stream connection gets opened. So to close that, you will be using a close method. A stream or IO things, a stream will be open. So to close that, you will be using a connection method. So you have a different methods, like to read the input stream, you have a read method. So you see file output stream is the one wherever it's used to write the data out to a file, right? So we'll see with a file input stream and have a output stream, then you can able to understand the remaining things little very easily. So what is the meaning of input stream? The input stream is the one where I just want to read the data, right? So what is the meaning of output stream? Output stream is the where I just want to write the data, right? So in an output stream, also you have like two parameterized constructors. So we'll see that. Are you clear up to this, Mike?
Yeah.
Shall we continue or stop it here?
Maybe if you don't mind, we continue tomorrow. It's okay
No.
as well.
That's the reason I asked, not an issue. So please go through that concepts of strings
Okay.
and all this, and with the
Yes, yes.
previous.
I will do that. Yes.
Yes, fine. Okay, Mike, we'll stop it here.
Okay, thank you. So have a good night, Suya. So we'll continue same time tomorrow.
Yes, fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Bye for now.
Yes.